Beloved souls, I am Jesus. Again, I come to speak to you and to the world regarding the need for a global shift of consciousness and soulful awakening. How important it is for humanity to embrace a new way of living in your world. How important it is, for the present activities and ways of interacting with your world must be transformed and changed to something more harmonious, something that will bring the will and power of humanity to sustain the flow of life for themselves and the flow of life that is the world. Humanity alone cannot accomplish this inasmuch that God cannot change the minds of men. It is for each individual to choose and to embrace change that these things may come to them, and that understanding may flow within them, changing the hearts, souls, and minds of men toward that which is of greater harmony with God. The great challenge in your world is that many do not understand how that might be accomplished. Still, there are many who have no desire to change. They are content within their lives and what their lives bring to them. They are without guilt, shame, remorse, anger, greed, all of these human traits and conditions that in their own way motivate the individual to change and to reassess their lives. Rather, it is a level of consciousness which lacks great modulations, emotions which may create a sense of disconnect or desire for change. This sense of well-being, although very superficial, is enough for many to carry on with their lives and to walk in the world as others walk in the world, absorbing and to integrating a level of being and consciousness that is determined by a sense of materialism and all the gratification that comes with it. They are asleep and content in their slumbers. I have made efforts to explain in detail why humanity continues to sleep and why God will, through his efforts and instruments, awaken humanity, arousing them even though they are content and desire to be in this state. But they must be aroused. And aroused they will be, for God has a plan, as I have also stated. There is a great need for those of you who are attempting to become awake and to see beyond the superficial haze of human consciousness towards something deeper and greater and more meaningful, which will inform your lives accordingly. So, I speak of consciousness, and that is the state of being in which each person is aware and interacts with life. That state of being can be that of misery or joy, but is often that of routine and is mundane in its nature. The great extremes are avoided as life continues on in its interplay of stimulus and response, of gratification and sensual fulfillment. Those of you who live in what you call the Western world have come to expect this condition to be perpetuated and continue in their lives. You have worked hard to accumulate material safety. You have an expectation that your needs will be met until that time when you pass over into spirit. It is the great success of your institutions providing for you this idea and assurance, so that you are within a condition of contentment, appreciating the material aspects of your life and the ways in which you live your life, and a culture that is not overly demanding but is easy to live within. As I have said often, your world pays a great price for this. The natural world is coming to a state of exhaustion because of that which you have extracted from it in order to maintain this level of contentment and slumber. The expectation is that this ease of life will continue forever, that the world will continue to give to you, provided you are willing to do your part in giving to the world. The rewards for your efforts are only within the system of humanity that engenders the exchange of effort and goods, thereby accumulating more material items and essential gratification from your efforts. This closed system has been intricately crafted by humanity. Humanity has done so, over a very short period of time, having been very successful in its inventions and its systems and all that which runs a functioning society. Yet, because it is a closed system, few look beyond it because they must struggle to see beyond that exclusive reality which is the human condition. Because they are not motivated to go beyond it, they continue to perpetuate this system believing that it will continue indefinitely. The predominant consciousness of humanity is entrapped within this system of values, perceptions, and experiences. Few are able to extract themselves from this powerful momentum that insists upon your engagement and part to play within it. Because of this, the activity of humanity has become toxic and dangerous to the world. There is little consideration given to the deeper aspects and potentials that humanity exists within, because their awareness does not bring them to this understanding. Yet, every individual upon this planet feels, to some degree, the inner yearnings and desires that often come from the soul but are resolutely ignored. These inner feelings and conditions of the soul are not given acknowledgement because they often bring pain and confusion, discontent and longing, for those who have come to understand this within themselves are often unable to find solutions or ways in which they may resolve these difficult conditions within. Their consciousness does not include the wisdom of the soul, or the capacities of the soul, to guide the individual toward deeper awareness and understanding. Those of you who have to come to understand how they may change their consciousness, change their condition, their light, their understanding of life, are few and very far between. It is a great tragedy on the earthly plane that so few have found their way toward higher consciousness, soul awareness, that connection with the divine and an understanding of all that God has created. You are the ones who are strong and resolute and have within you those gifts and capacities to travel beyond the restrictions of mindful consciousness to that of the soul. You have found your way because you have prayed for this. You have found your way because you understand the law of love, and how by asking God to awaken you in His love, so the door opens to the wider reality and consciousness of God. Step by step, you have come to a form of consciousness, an awareness and reality that allows you to see beyond those illusions, and reality that is engendered in the human condition. You are the ones who have broken free, to some extent, from this error and illusions. You are the ones who carry the light. You are the ones willing to go beyond the complacency and comfort that comes with a material life. You have done so because you have not been immune from this complacency and this condition, but you have made efforts within yourself and decisions that will and have taken you to a different place, a different level of consciousness, that includes to some degree, the consciousness of soul. Many of you have grown excited with the expectation of where this consciousness may bring you and the experiences that may come with it. The opening of the soul and its capacities to understand the divine and know God as an intricate and intimate part of your life. It brings to you new awareness and experiences from within. Often, with the dawning of these new experiences, the individual questions their reality and their grip upon what they call reality. There are great doubts that the mind puts forth, for the mind has crafted its own reality over many years, and is rigid in this state of consciousness. It is understandable that it will question something new and something that is quite beyond its normal state of awareness. The question that comes from many is, am I going crazy? Is this real? Can I trust this? This is merely a reflection of the mind that ascribes to the human condition and has done so for many years. Within that mind is great fear and suspicion. It is difficult for the mind to trust something that is so very different and new. This is why so many do not venture beyond their state of questioning and unease. They are not strong enough to push beyond this barrier and often retreat back into their old ways and old consciousness. There are many, many souls upon your world who have had some form of experience, some challenge to their normal way of being, that has caused them to question, opening a door to a different reality, but because of its strangeness and difference to what is normal or what you consider normal, they have retreated back and closed the door to this memory, sensing they have touched something far greater and far beyond that which is of their human experience. Often, fear comes with the experience of newness. Yet, there is so much within human consciousness that can be explored and experienced. There are those who have experimented with drugs and substances that will open the door to these things. It is a forced experience, which is not in its entirety recommended to the individual. Yet, many cultures in your world have ritualized these experiences and revere them. But there is a way in which this door may be opened more gently. This is not to say it is less powerful than those experiences had by the experimenters. But rather, the timing and ease of it allows the individual to adjust and accept these experiences more readily rather than opening the door quickly and then slamming it shut after the stimulants have worn off within the mind and consciousness of the individual. That way is of opening the soul through prayer, seeking to come to the place where the door stands before you, where you may open it at will, and come to God in joy and in peace. Though often these experiences are less dramatic and intense, there is truly an opportunity to walk through that door in safety and comfort. Knowing that God is there, embracing you in love, so that His love, the substance of it, may flow into you and awaken the faculties that will bring greater experience, deeper understanding, and all that human consciousness is able to comprehend and experience. Of course, the flow of this eternal experience will not bring all to you at once, nor will it come in a lifetime upon the earth, or even within the great flow of life in the spirit world. What God has to give to you and with the consciousness that you are capable of receiving and expanding within, will continue for all eternity, provided the soul is awakened in divine love and fed by this gift for all eternity. It is the process and unfolding, the flowering of all that the soul is capable of, that the consciousness of the soul awakened and nurtured, expanding in love, that life becomes an extraordinary experience that is given and added to, rather than a glimpse that is often not replicated by synthetic means to any great degree. Rather, the awakening of the individual comes in a graduated fashion, where there is time for integration, there is time to pace your steps toward the new reality of God. You must do so exercising your faith, your trust, and your love of God. This is the key to opening this door. Many of you are intrigued and desire greater consciousness, those experiences that expand your awareness of the universe, and of God, and of yourself. Yet, because of the attitudes and pace of your cultures, there is an expectation of instant gratification and experience. So, the dabbling with chemical stimulants, changing the chemistry of your brain, and opening doors of consciousness that in many respects, are not ready to be opened, there is a recklessness that many exhibit in these explorations. It is important for you to educate those who are eager to experience and yet, not willing to put in the time and effort to prepare themselves for such experiences. Indeed, they may have a wonderful experience, an eye-opening experience, an experience with their Creator, but there is a danger to utilizing such powerful drugs to regain that experience over and over again. A price is paid in this respect. Those who are engaged in such activities will, at some point, pay that price. This is very unfortunate indeed, especially when a safer door and passage toward them can be achieved and built upon with their efforts to have their souls awakened by God. The consciousness of humanity must shift and change, going beyond its present-day condition. In order for the world to be healed, the individual must shift and know within itself, where it is going and why it is heading in this direction. Each individual must take responsibility for these journeys, a journey of soul awakening. So without their dedications and commitment to understanding the purpose and capacities of the soul, they are merely trapped within mindful conditions that are unreliable and bring results that are not consistent. The world offers many opportunities for different experiences. As I have said, many are content to engage in those experiences that are limited by the physical world and the mind. Yet, there is so much more that the world has to offer to them. There are deeper and broader experiences that allow the individual to grow spiritually and to grow in wisdom and knowledge of life and what God has given as the gift of life. Without an effort to expand beyond those conditions that are common and the reality that has been created by man, those opportunities in life will be missed and not explored. Unfortunately, few are willing to go beyond that which is comfortable and safe. As I have said, many pay a great price for this, for they have missed the true meaning and purpose of life, which is to not only gain identity and create personality within them. The soul enveloped by the spirit body and the fleshy body and all that entails, one may explore many levels and layers of consciousness, awareness, and experience through understanding the laws that govern these things. Understanding that they are a multidimensional being, capable of exploring these dimensions, understanding and integrating them into a wholeness of being and experience that informs their lives with great depth and meaning. Most are at the level of children in their experience of life, living in the stimulus and response that comes from the five senses and the mind's interaction with the material world. Emotionally, spiritually, even intellectually, many have not come to a place of great depth, or have exercised their capacities in this regard to any great degree. They continue on with life in a blinkered way, not seeing beyond these limited perspectives and this rudimentary form of experience. When one goes to God seeking the nourishment that comes from his soul to yours, then great potentials are ignited by this relationship over one's life. So much can come to the individual through simple prayer and desire to be awakened in divine love. There are some rules to follow and ways to accomplish this, but they are not difficult nor arduous. God is a God of unconditional love and wishes for all his children to know the power, wonderment and grace of his love and the wonderment of life and all its potentials. Unfortunately, most set their eyes upon the ground and are deeply afraid that they may be endangered by a life that is not composed of that which is set before them by their cultures, education, etc. Yet, I come to encourage my brothers and sisters to set their eyes upward toward the skies, toward the upper levels of consciousness that can be obtained by the individual. The mind limits consciousness. But even within the mind there are many levels of consciousness that are not yet understood or experienced by many. When you marry the mind with the soul and all that it is capable of experiencing in the way of consciousness, in the way of perceiving and knowing the many layers of life, then indeed, the skies are the limit in regard to what humanity may accomplish and how humanity may be within this material world. With this heightened consciousness comes the capacity and ability to move in the world and live within the world in harmony with all that is in God's creation. Humanity is set upon the verge of great change that will enhance their capacities and abilities to expand in their consciousness. They will come to know their souls. Depending upon their choices and efforts, they will come to realize the complexities and wonderment that is their soul, provided their souls are awakened. Consciousness of soul integrated with that of the mind, the material mind, will in time create a powerful amalgam that is capable of many things, opening the doors to many abilities. In this way humanity may manifest a great many potentials and gifts that lie within them. Through the earth changes that are coming, humanity will be given great opportunities and great assistance in coming to accept and explore their inner selves and capacities. A great deal will be given to those who are willing to accept this assistance and upliftment. God does not restrict the free will choice of the individual, but through providing many opportunities that God will present to humanity, they will come to realize that choice is present with each gift and that they must indeed choose. The free will choice, that is a gift that God has given to every soul, will not ever be removed or circumvented by God. The dynamic nature of God's creation presents to humanity many opportunities to choose from and many roads to walk upon. Humanity must learn to perceive and see these opportunities so that they may make an informed choice. The beginning of seeing and knowing, perceiving and understanding is in accepting that within the individual are many capacities and abilities to see beyond that which is purely of the material. They may pray that these things will open, that God may gift them with sight, great insight, and understanding. With fervent prayer and the desire to awaken the soul, these things are readily seen because the choice is made to accept God's blessings upon the individual, accepting the universe and its offerings to the individual. This may start with the mind somewhat opened and expanded so that the individual is inspired and eager for more. This expansion and opening are often accomplished because there are bright spirits and angels around the individual helping them to be open to these things. That assistance may be relied upon, for it is always there and available to each individual. Often, these experiences come unbidden or may come as a result of some trauma or shift in consciousness. Yet, God makes use of every opportunity available to help humanity see beyond their limited perspective, their daily condition, to something greater and higher and more in harmony with God's laws. First, they must see within themselves, getting a glimpse of their own capacities and abilities. These insights are powerful motivators to the individual, provided they accept and acknowledge that there is more within them than they had realized or understood. The world is filled with many opportunities, many doorways to greater insight and understanding. The level of consciousness within humanity may shift readily given the right stimulus and impetus. In time, with practice and greater experience, the individual may choose to expand their consciousness in response to their experience and openness to life. This shifting may bring its various levels forward toward human consciousness, the individual's consciousness, and help the individual to gain great insight, knowledge, perception, joy, awareness. The kaleidoscope which is life will expand and the beautiful intricate patterns of life will be perceived. The truth and wisdom that comes with these perceptions may inform a life with great depth and a great power to assist the individual in their daily choices. So much is waiting for each individual. Yet, they must be willing to shift their consciousness, to accept the many layers that are within them, but often dormant and in need of nurturing, so that they may be ignited, adding a great depth and beauty that is available through their engagement. Humanity has much to discover about themselves. It is time to go beyond being children and maturing to a degree, so that they may choose wisely in life and that collectively, humanity may choose life, a life that is sustainable, beautiful and filled with light. Each must find their way upon their journey of awakening. Awakening is the expanding consciousness of the soul, married with the consciousness of the mind. Awakening is the great gift that God wishes to give to you, a gift that starts with His touch of love within your soul, its power transforming, awakening, and healing that which is within you. It comes with the choice and desire to travel this road. You may deny this to yourself, choosing a different road. What is important, however, is that the individual comes to the awareness that choice is available and that each soul may choose its destiny. That destiny may be that of the perfect man realized and in time inhabiting the sixth sphere of the spirit world, or that of the divine soul that has chosen the transformation that comes with God's essence within it, that in time they will inhabit the celestial kingdom. Yet, how may an individual choose if they do not know what it is they are choosing, if they are uninformed as to who they truly are and the journey that they are taking, that God has gifted them with? For those of you who do know about this choice and are aware of the potentials and consequences of this choice, must share this with your brothers and sisters, bringing this truth forward, for this is a great gift you may give to your brothers and sisters. A deep expression of love, of care for their well-being and for the enhancement of their true being, and God will do the rest, beloveds. It is for you to continue in your explorations and understanding, sharing with others your experiences and truth that you have come to understand, doing so with sincerity, simplicity, grace and love. Those who are seeking and yearning, which in truth is all of humanity, will be drawn to you. Your reassurance and your words and your truth will help them and comfort them so that they may make their choice without fear and doubt. Most begin this journey timidly, apprehensively. It is for you to comfort them and bring a sense of solidity and truth to what it is that God has to offer. You may do so by your very light and the confidence of your soul that is embraced by God and claimed by God. Take those steps, beloved souls, towards sharing this truth with others, for the time grows short. It will be far easier for those of your earth plane to accept this truth now and explore all its wonders than to wait for the tumult and the difficulties that are coming. You walk on solid ground now, beloved souls, but in the future, there will be great challenges. Seize the opportunities that God places before you, and be at peace in the moment, the gift that is this day, expressing the love of God in your life. That way, you open up the potentials of greater consciousness and awareness, of truth, of light, that which is of your soul, and you will know peace and joy always. May God bless you, beloveds, keeping you in His light, showing you the way to truth, providing for you the ways and means that you may truly grow in love, and be an instrument and a channel of love. You are truly blessed. All who choose light, truth and love will be truly blessed. God bless you, my beloveds. I am your brother and friend. I come to teach and assure you all of the road to the soul's awakening and redemption. May you find your way. I am Jesus and I love you. God bless you.